Good day to Madam No Shafawati Binti Mohammad Suki. Today we are going to present our group project which is Section D Task 3 Live Google Meet Presentation. The area of interest selected by us is the organizational conflict, and the issue created by our group is dispute between management and employees over remote work policies. Let's move on to the next slide. Let me introduce my group members. We are from group 14 and I am the group leader, and my name is Deventer, and my matrix number is 231240277. And next is Ilangeswaran Analaki Anandan, and his matrix number is 231240278. And next is Gajendran Arnold Analaki Selvakumar. Matrix number is 231240287. Next is Guru Prasad Analaki Ramu. Matrix number 231240316. Next is Praveen Raj Analaki Tanagasegar. Matrix number 23124043485. Next is Nityatri Anaprampan Manimaran. Matrix number 231240380. and we are all from Faculty of Business and Communication and International Business Program, and our program code is UR63400001. Let's move on to the next slide. Let's start with some background. During the pandemic, working from home became normal for many people. Employees adjusted quickly and found that remote work had some major benefits. For example, many said they could focus better at home without office distractions. They also had more control over their schedules, which helped them balance work and personal life. This made things like spending time with family or handling personal responsibilities much more easier. For a lot of employees, remote work wasn't just a change in location, it actually improved their daily lives. But now, as things return to normal, companies are asking employees to come back to the office. Management believes that working together in person has important advantages. They say being in the office helps teams share ideas more easily and be more creative. Think about moments where casual conversations at a coffee machine can lead to new ideas. Those moments don't happen as naturally when everyone is working from home. Managers also point out that certain tasks are easier to handle in person, like using office tools or getting quick help from co-workers. This difference in what employees and managers want has caused some tension. Employees don't want to lose the flexibility they have gotten used to, while management wants to go back to in person work to support teamwork and innovation. This is more than just a question of where work happens. It's about figuring out how work should be done in the future. In the next slides, we will take a closer look at both sides of this issue. We will see why management values in office work and why employees prefer remote work. We will also talk about how this conflict grew and what steps were taken to solve it. By understanding these different views, we can learn how to handle similar challenges in the workplace. Let's get started. And next, we'll be moving to our second presenter.
Thank you. Now let's look at the management perspective and why they see in office work as essential for organizational success. One of the main reasons managements prefer in work person work is because it enhances collaboration. Being physically present in an office allows for spontaneous interactions, those unplanned conversations that often spark creativity and problem solving. Imagine this. You're at the coffee machine and bump into a coworker. A quick chat about a project could lead a breakthrough idea that wouldn't have come up in a scheduled online meeting. A great example of this is Pixar's Office. which was designed with a central atrium to encourage chance meetings. This setup wasn't accidental. It was a deliberate way to boost innovation. In addition to spontaneous conversations, in person work makes brainstorming and teamwork more dynamic. Non-verbal cues like facial expression or body language play a big role in communication. These cues can help people share ideas more effectively and understand each other better. Plus, instant feedback is easier to give in person. For example, if someone sketches an idea on a whiteboard, the team can immediately discuss and improve it. This kind of quick back and forth is much harder to replicate in a virtual setting. Another reason management values in office work is because of resource efficiency. Offices are equipped with specialized tools, equipment, and resources that can streamline work. Think about a team of engineers working on a prototype. In an office, they can share physical models, consult with experts nearby, and use high-end equipment that's not available at home. Face-to-face problem solving also saves time. For instance, if an issue arises, the team can gather around a table and resolve it on the spot, instead of waiting for a virtual meeting or struggling with communication delays. Finally, in person work is vital for mentorship and training. Offices provide an environment where junior staff can easily ask for help or advice from more experienced colleagues. For example, a new employee struggling with a task might stop by a senior coworker's desk to get quick guidance. These kind of informal learning moments are much less likely to happen in remote settings. Mentorship often happen organically in an office environment through casual conversation or by simply observing how others work. This helps employees grow and develop their skills faster, which benefits both them and the organization. Next, we'll explore the employee's perspective and see why many of them prefer remote work over returning to the office. Thank you.
Thank you. Now that we have explored management perspective, let's look at why many employees prefer remote work and why they feel it's a better fit for their productivity and lifestyle. First, let's talk about boosted productivity. Employees have found that working from home allows them to create a personal workspace that suits their needs. Unlike the office, where there might be constant noise, interruption, or impromptu meeting, home environments can be tailored to minimize distraction. For example, someone might have a quiet home office with everything just set up in their way, which help them stay focused for longer period. Studies support this. Remote workers often report being 20 to 25% more productive compared to their in-office counterparts. This isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. Without disruption, employees can get into flow state, completing tasks more efficiently and with better quality. Next, remote work has greatly improved work life balance for many employees. This is one of the biggest reasons they are so passionate about keeping the option to work from home. Remote work allows people to integrate their personal responsibility with their professional ones. For instance, a parent working from home can attend their child's school event during the day and then make up for the time later in the evening. Similarly, employees caring for aging parents or managing their own health conditions have found that remote work gives them a flexible they need to meet both personal and professional demands. This balance doesn't just benefit employees, it actually makes them more effective at their jobs. When employees feel in control of their lives, they are more motivated and less stressed, which translates into a better performance at work. Lastly, we need to consider the commute free advantage. For many employees, the daily commute is one of the most stressful part of their routine. It's time consuming, expensive, and often unpredictable. The average person spends hundreds of hours a year commuting, not to mention the cost of fuel, car maintenance, or public transport. By working from home, employees save significant amount of time and money that they can instead put toward their work or personal well-being. Not having to commute also means employees can start their day more relaxed. Instead of rushing to get ready and battling traffic, they can begin their workday calmly, and focus on being productive. This reduction in stress has a direct impact on their overall mental health and job satisfaction. So, from the employee's perspective, remote work isn't just about convenience, it's about creating an environment where they can thrive. They feel more productive without office distraction, they appreciate the ability to balance work and personal life, and they value the time and money saved by avoiding a daily commute. As we have seen, both management and employees have valid reason for their preferences. However, these opposing perspectives have led to significant tensions, which we will explore further in the next session. Thank you. Now, we move to the next presenter.
Thank you. Now that we have heard about both perspectives, let's look at how these conflicts escalated and caused major problems for the organization. It all started when employees, frustrated with the return to office policy, decided to take action. They collectively submitted a petition asking management to reconsider the mandate. This petition wasn't just a formal complaint, it was a way for employees to voice their concerns and explain why remote work was important to them. Unfortunately, management dismissed the petition without providing a proper explanation. This abrupt response sent a clear message. Employees felt their opinions didn't matter. The emotional impact of this decision was significant. Employees felt ignored and undervalued, which led to growing frustration and mistrust. They believed that management wasn't willing to listen or understand their struggles. This dismissal was more than a policy disagreement. It became personal, making employees feel disconnected from the organization. As tension rose, employees decided to take further action. Protests were organized, becoming a visible demonstration of their dissatisfaction. These protests were not just about the return to office policy anymore, they symbolized a broader issue. Employees feeling unheard and underappreciated. To make things worse, the conflict didn't stay within the walls of the company. Employees took their frustration to social media, where the company's rigid policies became a hot topic. Post criticizing the company gained traction, and soon the public began to see organization as inflexible and out of touch with its workforce. This kind of negative publicity can harm a company's reputation, not just with its employees but also with potential customers and future hires. The consequences of this conflict were far reaching. First, employee engagement dropped significantly. People lost motivation to go above and beyond in their work. Instead of feeling connected to their team and goals, many employees simply did the bare minimum. Second, the resignations increased as employees started looking for jobs at companies offering more flexible work options. Every resignation represented not just the loss of talent but also the loss of valuable experience and knowledge. The company had to spend time and money hiring and training new employees, which only added to the challenges. Finally, the company's damaged reputation made it harder to attract new talent. When potential hires saw the negative stories online, they hesitated to join a company that didn't seem to value its employees. In the next section, we'll talk about how the company addressed this conflict and the steps they took to repair the damage by moving to the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you. After understanding how the conflict escalated and caused major challenges for the company, let's now look at how the management worked to resolve it. The first and most important step was to open up communication between management and employees. To do this, this company organized a town hall meetings. These meetings were more than just a formal discussion. They became a chance for employees to share their experience and explain why how remote work was so important to them. Some employees talk about how remote work helped them to take care of their families or manage their health while being productive. These stories gave management a new perspective and showed them the personal side of this issue. During these meetings, management didn't just talk, they listened. Active listening was the key to rebuilding the trust that had been lost. By showing employees that their voices were being heard and taken seriously, management began to repair the strained relationship. This open dialogue created a space where employees felt valued and understood. which was a crucial first step towards finding a solution. The next step was adopting a hybrid work model. This model offered flexibility while also keeping some in person work. Employees were allowed to work from home 2 to 3 days a week and come into the office for the rest of the time. The, the idea was to strike a balance. Remote work days allowed employees to work focus on individual tasks in their own space, while in office days were used for team collaborations, brainstorming, and other tasks that benefits from face-to-face interaction. This hybrid model addressed the main concerns of both sides. Employees got the flexibility they wanted, and management still had the opportunity to bring teams together in person when needed. It wasn't about choosing one approach over the other. It was about the finding a middle ground that worked for everyone. Finally, management introduced a clear policies to make sure the hybrid model runs smoothly. One big chance was the way employee performance was measured. Instead of focusing on how many hours someone spent in the office, performance indicators were redefined to focus on results and outcomes. For example, a graphic designer would be evaluated based on their quality and creativity of their designs, not how long they sat on their desk. This shift made employees feel trusted and empowered to work in ways that were most effective for them. Clear communication norms were also put in place so that everyone understood expectations, whether they were working from home or the office. This helped prevent confusion and ensured that employees and managers stayed on the same page about deadlines, goals, and responsibilities. Next, we'll hear about the outcomes of this effort and what lessons can be learned from this experience. Moving to the next presenter, thank you.
Thank you. Now let's talk about the outcome of the resolution and the lessons the company learned from this experience. First, let's look at the improvement in employee morale and engagement. After management took steps to address the conflict, employees felt their concerns were heard and valued. This made a huge difference. Feeling acknowledged increased their loyalty and commitment to the company. The introduction of the hybrid work model also gave employees the flexibility to balance their work and personal life. Whether it was spending more time with family or managing other responsibilities, employees appreciated the effort to meet their needs, which boosted their overall satisfaction. Another outcome was stabilized productivity. At first, they were concerned about whether the hybrid model would work smoothly, but over time, the team adapted well. Employees used their in office days for collaboration, such as brainstorming sessions, meeting, or other group projects, while remote days were perfect for focused individual work. This balance allowed the organization to maintain strong productivity level without sacrificing the benefits of flexibility. The company also experienced reputation recovery when employees shared positive feedback about the hybrid model. It helped improve the company's public image. Social media post switches from criticism to appreciation, showing that the company was willing to listen and adapt. This demonstrated the potential talent and stakeholders that the organization have forward thinking and open to change. Being seen as flexible and employee focused gave the company a competitive edge in attracting and retaining talent. Now let's talk about the key lessons learned from this experience. One major takeaway is that modern organization thrive on flexibility and mutual trust. Employees are not just workers, they are individuals with different needs and preference. Recognizing this and build policies around it is essential for long-term success. Another important lesson is the power of communication. Employees need to feel valued and involved in decisions that affect them. Open dialogue is not just a way to solve a problem, it is a way to build trust and maintain positive work culture. Lastly, the situation showed the importance of balancing organizational goals with individual needs. While the company initially focused on benefits of in office work, it is learned that adapting to employee preference could lead to better outcome for everyone. Finding this balance is critical for any company navigating the modern work environment. To wrap up this, the conflict over remote work policies demonstrated the importance of balancing organizational goals with employee needs in the in the modern workplace. By actively listening to employees, adopting a flexible hybrid work model, and focusing on clear, resulting driven policies, the company successfully resolved the issue and rebuilt trust with the workforce. This experience highlight the critical lessons: the need for open communication, the value of flexibility, and the importance of aligning company strategies with the well-being of employee. Ultimately, organizations that prioritize mutual trust and adaptability are better equipped to navigate the evolving demands of today's workforce. Today's workforce. Thank you.